What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. On the Imperfect Action Show, we talk about lessons, strategies, principles, right? In entrepreneurship and in business. It all helps to get you to that next level, whatever that means. And we do this 100% for free. And on today's episode, I got a guest that's going to be coming on shortly. And he's going to be talking about home improvement consulting, which I don't know anything about. So he's going to be giving you that drip and give you those details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a link out to our community, let them know we are on and popping. And in the meantime, what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to our text community, 2121. That is 213-410-4920. That's 213-410-4920. Subscribe to our text community and don't miss out on the drip. News, moves. Get information early, right? Know what we got going on before it actually happens, right? You do not want to miss this information. So let me just send a quick little link out, and then we're going to go from there. All right, guys. So just so you know, October 2022 is the Imperfect Action Con. And on the Imperfect Action Con, we got about 17 speakers, giving a lot of drip, giving a lot of gems, help you get to that next level. Teaching you, right, 4 pillars: content marketing, NFTs, digital marketing, and also credit, unlocking opportunities to get you to that next level in your business. You don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. So the link will be below for you to jump in there and grab a ticket. And we got some amazing things coming up. So home improvement consulting. So when I think about home improvement consulting, I literally do not even know where to start. Like, are we talking about the roof? Are we talking about interior? Are we talking about exterior? Are we talking about landscaping? What are we talking about? And that's literally going to be the main deal of today's conversation. I had to bring on an expert. Him and I are in the same coaching program. And, I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? This is information that the people need to know. This is information that people need to be privy to and have access to, especially if you're a homeowner and you're looking to really maximize the potential that's literally sitting in your home right now. And what I realize is that a lot of people that are homeowners, they don't really know how to really maximize the property. Him and I were talking about, like, once you actually purchase a home, the average homeowner, like, that's it. Like, they don't leverage the property, they don't refinance, they don't take money out for a new property. They just get the mortgage and live in a house, and that's fine. But there's just so many opportunities for what is available and what is possible once you get access to more information. So I'm getting a text from my community right now. And let me see what's going on. Okay, cool. We are chatting live about home improvement consulting. So even though it's a recession, now is really a great time, right? Even though it's a recession, now is really a great time if you're in position to take advantage of purchasing a property to generate cash flow, especially in areas that are more advantageous for you to not having to invest high dollars, right? Because you want to be liquid, you want to make sure that you have some leverage. And those properties may already have tenants in them, which means you're going to purchase something that's already cash flowing. That is an amazing opportunity for you to get into so that you can generate consistent passive revenue every single month, adding to your investor budget, adding to your savings, bringing down any debt that you may have, managing healthy debt that you can leverage, because a lot of the misconceived notions is that all debt is bad debt, and that's not true at all. That's not the case. Debt is really a great tool that can be used so that you can create revenue. But we've been taught wrong. We've been taught wrong in school. We've been taught wrong in college. We've been taught wrong by our parents that all debt is bad, and we've been taught that we just need to save, and hold on. But even though it is known about inflation, and it is known that we're barely getting any interest on our money that's stored in banks, the same doctrine and the same information is being repeated over and over and over, that we need to just save the money. And that's a stance that's really not going to put you in the best position to create wealth, because wealthy people aren't leaving the money in the bank. They have their money working to create more money. And that's what you should be doing too. So I think what's fascinating is that in this sharing economy that we're in, the opportunity and that knowing that you don't necessarily have to actually own property to leverage property to generate revenue and cash flow is really, really interesting. A friend of mine and myself, we used to run a small Airbnb business back in Boston in the late, I would say late 2018, 2019. Actually, no. I'm bugging right now because I was still in Boston. So it might have been 2017, 2018, something like that. And we just leveraged the property, right? This is before Airbnb really was getting like crazy on the rules per state. But what we were doing, right? We were renting out units, and we would basically sublet the unit out via Airbnb to generate revenue. And we did really well. There was only 2 months that were slow months, but overall annually we were profiting. And that was January and February because Boston is cold, right? So like traveling was down, people locked in. Boston's really heavy on being a college town, so kids are home, no one's really visiting. So January and February were always slow for us, but the rest of the year we did really, really well. So I say that to say that model still works in Airbnb. Obviously, it's a little bit more advanced. Some states have certain rules, certain regulations that you need to abide by. In some cases, like I'm in California now, so not sometimes, but in California, you need to get permission from the landlord if you're gonna sublet a unit. And then California wants their slice, right? So you gotta pay the state as well. So you get that certificate, you can operate the Airbnb, and you're good to go. So you just have to know the laws and regulations in your state. And in some cases, with a lot of these Airbnb programs, the coaches, the mentors, they teach you how to get going without even using your money. Like my guy Jay Dinkins, like him and his wife, like they got the game cold. You can literally get funded and be able to have 30 or so days to leverage the credit to set up your Airbnb straight from the credit card, and then recoup 50% to 100% of that revenue within that first 30 days, potentially from the bookings. And I think that's crazy leverage game right there. And you could do that from the Airbnb. It's literally crazy. It's crazy. It's definitely something that is available to you if you literally run that play. You know what I'm saying? So, it looks like my guest just popped on. Let me add him in real quick. What up, bro?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Give me a second. I'm not able to hear you. Give me 1 second.
All right, cool. While Brett's over there figuring it out. We're just talking about different ways for you to like leverage and take advantage of getting into cash flowing via real estate without having to necessarily use the property if you don't own the property. So can you hear me now, bro?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Happy that you can join me. Literally, Brett and I are we're in a mastermind program together, and we were just building this morning. And I'm like, yo, bro, we might as well just extend the conversation. Why don't you just come on the morning show today? So welcome, man. Appreciate you being here. And I got my guy Brett Anthony Bryant, and I was looking at your page, man. I don't think I've seen this, and I think you got to give me some context. You call yourself the trilingual guru, gringo.
Yes, the
What's that
trilingual
about?
gringo.
What is that
So,
about?
so what that about is basically que yo hablo español y también falo português se quiser. So I
God,
speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah, yeah.
American. Everybody.
You out here, bro. That's yo. That's so. Do you break that down in your content currently?
No, you know what's funny? I would love to, but I guess Brazilian people here, they wouldn't be able to understand a lot as far as what I'm doing. But I do have some content planned that would include some of those things.
Yeah, no, you got it. You got to throw that in there, spicy, bro. So, how I was setting up today's episode, man, I was telling them a little bit about you without telling them much about you. And
Okay.
you and I talked about what we're gonna get busy on this weekend. But as far as like the whole home improvement consulting, what is that all about, man? Because is it interior? Is it exterior? Is it hardscaping? Is it landscaping? Can anyone do it? Do you have to own a home? Like, how does it all break down?
Yeah, so pretty much, I guess to make it nice and simple for you, no, you don't have to own a home to know about home improvement consulting. Essentially, I got brought into this business or introduced to it back in 2016. And the interesting thing is, I didn't own a home or anything like that at the time. And so a lot of things that people need to get done, a lot of services, such as primarily what I focus on would be exterior things. So things like gutters, things like roofing, things like solar, all these upgrades are things that people are going to need to get done regardless. So why not teach people, listen, I don't have to be the one physically going on putting on their roof. I don't have to be the one physically going and putting on their gutters to be able to profit or benefit from that. If I have a team or network of people that I have connection to that are good quality people, quality contractors, then all I can need to do is be able to have a system that connects the homeowners to these contractors, because at the end of the day, the contractors, they want to get work done, right? They want to get
100%.
continuous status work. So if I have a system that sets it up to where it's easy for them as well as it's easy for the homeowner, well, that's how you're able to make a profit.
I like it. I like it. And like I said, you and I are going to be talking a little bit deeper in detail on this weekend in Orlando on the other podcast. But what I want to really focus on is which one principle, strategy, or lesson that you could share about the home improvement consulting that our viewers could take advantage of a play and potentially get some type of result. What is some information that you could share that could change their perception of what they may be able to do?
Okay, so for example, I'll take that's a great question. I'll take, for instance, roofing. That's one of my number one sources, right? A lot of people, a lot of homeowners don't know anything about their roofing, right? About roofs, about the maintenance, none of that stuff. However, a lot of them need to get it done, especially here in Florida, after about 15, 20 years, give or take, depending upon the amount of storms we get. So one thing that someone could do, and this is what I teach to realtors, is say, listen, if you go to a roofing contractor and say, hey, I want to bring you consistent, steady jobs. However, I don't want to work for you. I'm an independent, contractor. I'm an independent consultant. I have my own LLC. I'm just going to bring you jobs. Let's negotiate a price per square that you're going to do the job for, right? And then you go back to your client that you have that potentially needs to get this done and say, listen, I'm going to help you get your roof replaced. You don't need to worry about doing the back end or the hard work of, let's say, dealing with your insurance company. We're going to facilitate that for you, right? And then you go back to that contractor and say, listen, I have a completed job ready to put up. All you need to do is pull permits and put on a roof. That contractor is not going to turn down an easy job like that, because the work, everything's already done for him. He didn't have to spend money in marketing. He didn't have to spend money paying a sales rep a salary. Now, because you negotiated a price per square versus getting paid a commission or a salary, now you're able to make more because you're bringing more to the table. You're bringing more of the work that's already done that they don't have to spend money out of their pocket to do.
So right now, no license, no certification. I could locate a property that may have some glaring home improvement issues. Let's just say on an exterior.
Okay.
I could build a relationship with the homeowner or whoever's basically managing the property.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something that they've been wanting to get done, but maybe they didn't know who to contact. Maybe they haven't been able to get around to it. Maybe it just hasn't been a priority, but it's glaring. Like they obviously need to fix whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You can then say, hey, you know what? I can take care of that for you. I got a team on that. So whether you have the team on it or not, you could go get the team. You know what I'm saying? So you can go get the team. You could vet a couple of vendors in that particular category and say, hey, look, I got a client over here. They need X, Y, and Z. This is what we're gonna do on our side. And all I need you to do is do this. The client's already ready, the house is already ready, I already got the agreement, and you can make some bread.
100%, 100%. And I just gave you that one example. So think about it like this. It gets deeper than this. So the reason why
Wait, bro, I don't want you to give too much, bro. You understand? I mean, if it's relevant, let's do it. But I don't want you to give too
No,
much.
it's relevant. So
I
like what you touched on. So in the general basis of what you're saying, yes, that's true. And just to give, I guess, your viewers a little bit more of a caveat, that's just one thing that they need that they can get done. However, if you're a realtor or a property manager, you already have the trust of the client on your side. So guess what? You can now say, well, listen, I have someone that does this trade. I can get you solar. I can get you this. I can get all of these things done, and you get paid on every single trade. And we're not talking about a bird dog fee. We're talking about you actually getting paid the commission that they would normally get, $5,000, $10,000.
So basically, you can be the middleman for all the home improvement needs from one client to 5, 10, or however much you want to build this thing.
Yep.
And you don't need no licenses or no certifications.
No, because the people that you're partnering with, they have the licenses.
They got all the stuff. That's crazy. Yo, you just literally built somebody's business right now. if you're listening right now and you want a side hustle or like you want to make more money, you know what? And maybe this is a whole nother episode, but I'm only sharing this part because I had a conversation with someone about this yesterday. So someone that I know is gonna be getting a new job soon. And they was like, yeah, probably gonna be working like 30 hours a month for like 3 or 4 months. It's like a short contract. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So how much money is it? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It comes out to maybe like 20 bands over like 3 or 4 months or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right. So, and then, they don't got a business, right? So taxes. So they're going to get 40% less than that. So let's call it, let's say they're getting like, say they bring home like 16 or whatever. So, I mean, and that's being generous because they're probably going to get like 12. But,
exactly.
But okay, so I'm like, all right. So you're gonna work 30 a month, so that's about 90, 120 hours. So you're gonna work 90 to 120 hours for like $12,000, but you won't work 90 to 120 hours for yourself. And right now, you're showing with this strategy, which I can't wait to get into with you this weekend. But this strategy, you're telling somebody with no license and no certification could spend 90 to 120 hours in 3 or 4 months and be leaving with as low as $500 a deal. Let's just say $500 a deal, up to $5,000, $10,000 a deal.
Well, I'll make it even better for you. I actually wrote down because
bro, how can you make it better, bro? I'm gonna
make it better.
How you make it better?
So listen, I actually wrote down the time slots as far as automating my system, how much time I actually dedicate to the whole entire process for roof claims, right?
Yeah.
And I spend about an hour per claim, and I average anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 per claim. But here's the best part. that hour was primarily like paperwork and admin stuff. Now I don't even do that. I send that to my VA, and they take care of that. So literally, my time.
Wait. I don't even want to ask the next question because I want to save it for this
Yeah.
weekend. But you're basically saying that you don't even have to work the 120 hours, but you can get anywhere from 7 to 10,000 per deal.
Per roof claim.
Per roof. Because we're talking about roof specifically.
Exactly.
So per roof claim that they can walk away from.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why more people aren't doing this is
a lot of people just don't know about it, honestly.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. You know where you should go?
Where's that?
And I don't know if you thought about this before. We can maybe talk about this. You should be at some of these college expos, bro.
Yeah.
Like like when they about to graduate and they got the corporate expos. They're like, hey, we're gonna this is gonna be employee day or however we used to have them at our college, but they got them at pretty much every college. Like for the seniors, it's like you can walk around to the different booths and you can hear the different job opportunities, and even the Army is always there. They're always there recruiting.
Yeah.
But if you're telling the kid that, hey, listen, you could come do this, and you can make 7 to 10 stacks per roof deal. A kid that's hustling, and think about it. If he just made like let's say he made a solar. Let's say he was certified to do solar, just had a solar in his bag too. He can make like 10 to 15 probably.
Oh, easily. It was solar included.
Yeah.
I average. It depends on the system and the client, all that stuff. I average about $5 or $6 grand on those.
Yeah. You gotta hit all of the college expos, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's undertapped market. I feel like, at least maybe for what you got to offer.
Yeah, if somebody would have told me this when I was getting out of high school, man, me being a hustler, shit, shoot, my bad. That definitely would have been what I was on.
100%. So if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We on with my guy Brett. Brett is giving a lot of value on home improvement consulting, and he also displayed his trilingual skills earlier. If you missed that.
This guy.
Which were pretty fire. So how long did it take you to actually learn the other languages, bro?
You know what? I get that question every time, and it's hard to quantify because you know what? A lot of people say you have another language down once you can dream about it and you're speaking that language in the dream. So for Spanish, I would say maybe about 2 or 3 years to have it, about 2 years maybe to have it down conversationally.
Yeah.
And that was after, I was 23, 24, something like that when I started learning it. Okay. And then Portuguese was because I wanted to make more money. Where I was living here, there's a lot of Brazilian people that were coming at the time when I was working at T-Mobile. So I wanted to sell them chips. So I started working on Portuguese. And then from there, just have friends.
That's smart, bro. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily do the language. I think you doing a language opens up, different capacities in your brain, man. And I think that's fire, honestly. And that exposure 100%. To you learning the language, was that just you actually just using the app or what?
No, honestly, just hanging around friends. YouTube too. I can't lie. You can learn anything you need to on YouTube.
Anything on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So YouTube was Spanish and hanging around friends, music, all that stuff. And then for Portuguese, I got a lot of Brazilian friends and things of that nature. It's very similar to Spanish, but different. But having that basis on Spanish definitely helped out.
Well, 100%. So what we're going to do is I want to make sure that you guys follow my guy, Brett. I'm going to drop his Instagram in the chat. So it's Brett Anthony Bryant. If you are in the Orlando or greater Orlando or Florida area, you definitely want to tap in if you're a homeowner or if you're just looking to get more information on the strategy that he laid out. It sounds crazy. It don't sound like you need to be in Florida to run this. It just seems like you just need to be someone that's willing to create some relationships and, do a little bit of hustling. And I think he mentioned that there's definitely a way after you get it going, create some momentum that you don't necessarily have to be the one doing the admin work and stuff like that, which again, is pretty amazing. So I just dropped it in the chat. Make sure you guys follow Brett Anthony Bryant. You got anything else for the people before we leave, bro?
No, I think that's gonna be all, man. I greatly appreciate the time and you bringing me on here.
Yeah, 100%, man. I appreciate you coming through, dropping some gems. I'm gonna be in his town this weekend. We're gonna get up and we're gonna make it shake. So you guys make sure you follow him, Brett Anthony Bryant. Also remember Imperfect Action Con coming October 21, 22 in Los Angeles. Link will be below. Make sure you grab your tickets. Everyone that grabs a ticket, they're going to automatically receive a speaker's business bundle. We literally just put that together. That means every speaker is going to be giving us some gems, and you're going to get a whole bundle of, I don't want to say they free gems, but these gems, these things in handouts can make you money. You can literally make money before you come into the conference. So you definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of that. And I'll see you guys on another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. Brett, I'll talk to you in a minute, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.